Greetings, one, greetings all. Welcome to the Poetic podcast. It's Monday, the 6th of January, 2025. It is the first Monday of the month of a new Gregorian year. We're going to begin a nice one with a good poem for your character. Yes, so it's about strength. One of our famous poets, which we always speak about, and his name is William Wordsworth. So if you're new, subscribe, join us on our Discord every Monday night at open mic stage, open mic audio room where we have our poetry. And if you would like to recite, you are more than welcome to join us. So this is entitled A Character by William Wordsworth. So it's a great poem. It talks about your strength and your weaknesses. But imagine how it's amazed of different aspects which nature always is marveled at the good and bad, the strong and the weak, the vain and redundant, and much more. So this is in awe over nature and what it's all about. So let me recite the poem and you can enjoy it with me. So thanks for coming in, and I hope you enjoy the poem. If you can hear me, is that okay? Is my volume all right? It's good, no problem. So, A Character by William Wordsworth. I marvel how nature could ever find space for so many strange contrasts in one human face. There is thought and no thought, and there is paleness and blue, and bustle and harshness, pleasure and gloom. I marvel how nature could ever find space for so many strange contrasts in one human face. There's thought and no thought, and there's paleness and bloom, and bustle and sluggishness, pleasure and gloom. There is weakness and strength, both redundant and vain. Such strength as if ever affliction and pain could blow a temper that's soft to disease, would be rational peace, a philosopher's ease. There is weakness and strength, both redundant and vain. Such strength as if ever affliction and pain could pierce through a temper that's soft to disease, would be rational peace, a philosopher's ease. There is no indifference, alike when he fails or succeeds, and attention full 10 times as much as their needs. Pride where there is no envy, there is so much of joy, and mildness and spirit both forward and coy. So there is indifference, alike when he fails or succeeds, and attention full 10 times as much as their needs. Pride where there is no envy, there is so much of joy, and mildness and spirit both forward and coy. There is freedom, sometimes a different stare of shame, scarcely seeming to know that she's there. There is virtue, the title it surely may claim, yet once heaven knows what to be worthy the name. So there's freedom, and sometimes a different stare of shame, scarcely seeming to know that she's there. Then there's virtue, the title it surely may claim, yet once heaven knows where to be worthy the name. This picture from nature may seem to depart, yet the man would at once run away with your heart, and I for 5 centuries right gladly would be such a kind, happy creature as he. This picture from nature may seem to depart, yet the man would at once run away with your heart. And I for 5 centuries right gladly would be such an odd, such a kind, happy creature as he. So I'm grateful the poem again, nicely, non-stop all the way through. But let me know what your thoughts are. Talk about your character. It's amazing how there's so many of those in one face. You can have some multitudes, many millions of characters. So a character by William Wordsworth. I marvel how nature could ever find space for so many strange contrasts in one human face. There is thought and no thought, and there is paleness and bloom, and bustle and sluggishness, pleasure and gloom. There is weakness and strength, both redundant and vain, such strength as, if ever, affliction and pain could pierce through a temper that soft to disease, would be rational peace, a philosopher's ease. There's indifference alike when he fails or succeeds, and attention full 10 times as much as their needs. Pride where there's no envy, there's so much of joy, mildness, and spirit both forward and coy. There's freedom, and sometimes a diffident stare of shame, scarcely seeming to know that she is there. There is virtue, the title it surely may claim. Yet once heaven knows what to be worthy the name. This picture from nature may seem to depart, yet the man would at once run away with your heart. And I, for 5 centuries, right gladly would be such an odd, such a kind, happy creature as he. So that is interesting. It's about the many characters he's found in one face. I mean, he's old. He's in awe of how many characters he can find in a human being. So one, wondering how nature could find, how could it get all this space? So many contrasts. It's true. There's a contrast. There's happiness. There's thought. There's no thought. There's pale, then there's bloom. There's bustle, then there's sluggishness. There's pleasure, then there's gloom. Sometimes you're weak, sometimes you're strong. Sometimes you're redundant, sometimes you're vain. Sometimes there's affliction and pain. Sometimes there's a temper such soft to disease. Yeah, sometimes there's indifference about failing or succeeding. Sometimes there's pride where there's no envy. There's so much of joy sometimes and mildness. And his spirit sometimes can be both forward and coy. Sometimes there's freedom, and sometimes there's a different stare. Sometimes there's shame when you're there, and sometimes there's virtue that they would say, hey, I'm from heaven. So you see, there are many things which are contrasting in man, and it's like, how did nature find all this time, all this space to put all this into one? I mean, should it explode? It's like when people come together and they should be chaos, but somehow it works. All these contrasts are working well in the body and is creating what we call this human face or being. You know, it is interesting, isn't it? So it shows how strong people are. You have so many contrasts in you, yet you survive. Normally, all these contrasts, like in chemistry, should have an explosion because too many chemicals are put together. You know, atoms charging and exploding and moving vibrations should cause but somehow they merge and they work well. So I'm guessing William Wordsworth was in he was marveled at how nature could ever find space for all these contrasts. So life is about contrast. You know, the contrast is what keeps us going. The dark and the light, cold and hot, the white and the black, the good and the evil. You know, all these contrasts are what keep us balanced sometimes because we need all those. We need extremes, extreme good. Sometimes we need a bit of evil. Sometimes we need perfection. Sometimes we need disaster. Sometimes we need disasters to come. Sometimes we need strength. Sometimes we need buildings. Sometimes we need to tear apart. It's the time to reap, the time to sow, the time to laugh, the time to cry. All these contrasts are important. Ask me why? I don't know why, but I know they're important because I've used most of them and I understand how these contrasts come to play. So, in awe, are you in awe of this? You who is watching, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think the many contrasts in your body are interesting? Do you think that all these contrasts can help, or you think it's overwhelming? For some people, maybe it is overwhelming because they can't control their emotions. And thus, that leads to a situation I want to mention. But for most times, if you control yourself and all these contrasts, you find the power within you. And so nature, once again, has played a magic trick of pulling the rabbit from the hat, yet this time it's a rabbit of contrasts from the human face. That's my take on this lovely poem. So I thank you guys for watching this. And if you have any comments, let me know. Yeah, if you have any comments, what are your thoughts on this poem? Let me know and I'll post it below. Thank you for watching and we'll say goodbye.